Morning to one and all present here. Today we are going to discuss history of Indian writing in English. Indian writing in English has evolved a vibrant and globally acclaimed literary tradition, blending Indian themes with English language. Its history can be divided into phases like colonial period, starting from the 19th century. Early beginnings introduced during British colonial rule. English education created a class of Indians proficient in the language. Writers used English to communicate with both Indian and British audience. Pioneers Raja Ram Mohan Roy and others began experimenting with English prose for essays and translation. Henry Desrosiers and Michael Madhusudan Dutt wrote some of the earliest English poetry. Novels. The first Indian novel in English is Rajmohan's Wife, which was published in the year 1864 by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, marked a significant start. Writers explored themes of social reforms, colonial oppression, and Indian identity. Pre-independence period, early 19th century, that is the rise of nationalism. Literature reflected the freedom struggle, socio-political reforms, cultural revival. Rabindranath Tagore, though primarily a Bengali writer, gained international fame for his English translations. Example, Gitanjali. Fiction and themes. Writers like Mulkraj Anand, R.K. Narayan, and Ahmad Ali depicted Indian life, social inequality, and cultural traditions. R.K. Narayan, who is known for his Malkudi series, portrayed rural India with humor and realism. So, Malkudi is an imaginary town created by R.K. Narayan, and throughout all his novels, we find Malkudi playing an important role. Post independence era, that is between 1947 to 1970s. And the main theme of this post independence period is identity and modernity. Themes shifted to post colonial identity, urbanization, and changing social structures. Writers like Kamala Das, Nazim Ezekiel made significant contribution to poetry, exploring personal and existential themes. Contemporary period between 1980s to present moment, which the focus is on global acclaim. Writers like Salman Rushdie, who was known famous for his important work Midnight's Children, and Arundhati Roy, and she became famous, worldly famous because of her work The God of Small Things, and Vikram Seth, A Suitable Boy, achieved a global acclaim. Themes includes globalization, diaspora, feminism, caste, and politics. Diverse genres, expansion into a speculative fictions, example Samit Basu, crime and historical fiction. Authors like Jhumpa Lahiri, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, and Amitav Ghosh explore diaspora, migration, and memory. Emerging voices. Recent authors like Arundhati Subramaniam, poetry, and Meena Kandaswamy, activist literature, continue to diversify Indian writing in English. Indian writing in English is now a dynamic and essential part of global literature, reflecting the complex realities of India while showcasing the ability of the English language to Indian context. So there are so many Indian writers in English started writing about India, its culture and tradition, and the problem faced by the Indians pre-independence era, post-independence era, and modern era. So pre-independence era, which purely based on the patriotism and the need of the hour, that many patriotic writers started writing about the need of independence. And in the post-independence era, the writers started focusing on the problems faced by the Indians after colonialism, after independence. So many writers we find started writing about the social milieus of the period, purely based on the dilemma or the trauma that the Indians underwent after the post independence. And also in the modern era, we find the writers came out with a new topic which focuses mainly on the problems faced by the individual, their mental traumas. Thank you.